Okay, this is not a normal video. I figured I would do this anyway. I'm already a little further along than I probably could have been to start this, but I just kind of jumped on it and it's like, oh, I should probably do a quick video. Some stupid reason. So what I'm doing is I'm actually upgrading the memory in my laptop. I've already gotten the standard memory upgraded. I went from, I think it was, went from 8 gigabytes to 16, and excuse me, things were lagging, so I figured, no, what the hell, jump up, go for another 16 gigs, make it a full 32. I mean, I have space for 2 more, might as well do it. So I went on the internet, got my RAM. It's DDR3, so this is, like I said, this is an old laptop. I'm honestly surprised that it can really do what it can, considering how old it is. So, I've already got pieces taken out, but I can kind of walk you through what I did real quick. So, one part will honestly make you wonder why, because I wondered this too, why did I even bother doing it? So give me just one sec here, let me switch it back over. Alright, so first off, this is my laptop. I got it from iBuyPower back in 2013. It was a special military deal. I just wanted a gaming laptop that could do something, so it's decent. It's a Clavo P151 SM1 computer. Alright, so let's go back here. I took out the battery, which actually broke. The clips broke, so I gotta glue that back in. Hopefully it'll hold in place. We'll see how it works out. And I don't know why, but I took off the back cover. Found out that actually I did not need to take that off at all, because it says there's a clip somewhere in there that I should remove to be able to take out the top cover, but I did not have that problem at all. I spent probably about 20 minutes trying to figure out something I didn't need to do. So this could have stayed. I've replaced this fan because the last one just stopped spinning. You can see how loose this one is now. It's, whoops, sorry. It's all, it actually springs a bit. This guy still springs. I mean, like I said, I got this thing in 2013, so it's like a 7-year-old laptop. Still works fine. Battery goes here. I've got a I think it's a mechanical drive in here right now. I haven't switched over to solid state yet. I may eventually do that. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's the mistake I made. I didn't actually need to take that off, but I don't feel like putting it back on. All right, you'll see the mess on my mat here is actually from right after I pulled off the keyboard. Let's get this thing open. All right, so here's my screen that I use. I don't use this webcam. I don't use this webcam. It's not that good. So I have a different one. Alright, so this is the memory I've just added. G-Skill Rip Jaws, really not. I really like them. I mean, some people say memory's memory, but I am kind of picky about memory. So I got these two in. Here. I have a single one on the other side. Let me actually lift this laptop. I can show you real quick. This is the one that came with. This is the one that came with it. This is the one I added. This is just 8 gigabytes. That's 8 gigabytes. Each one of those is 8 gigabytes, so I got my full 32. I've maxed it out intentionally. What I'm actually going to do next, actually this was pretty easy to do. Alright, so I know I'm kind of jumping back and forth. I mean, I'm still kind of new at this, and I get sidetracked really easily. So this piece right here was the cover, technically, that I needed to remove. So right there, I sat there trying to figure out how do I get this off. I thought I had to go underneath here to get this piece off. No, it's the whole daggum thing. Look at that, sorry. Look at that. It's the whole thing. That's all I need to remove, just this whole stupid thing, which came out really easily. I got these little tools here. When I got this, it was actually my father-in-law who got me this set. It's really nice. I actually really, really like it. I hope I didn't knock over my little plastic piece I need later. But I got that off, got this piece off, and then I was like, okay, keyboard. So I got off the cover for the keyboard. I'd done that before at one of my last jobs. We had to take it off of a laptop, so I already knew exactly how to get this thing off. I didn't even need to think about it. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out how this guy comes off. It really does not. It was just dealing with all the clips in there. Let's see if I can get it in there. I can't really do it because it wants to zoom in on it wants to focus on the laptop, but you can kind of see like the little clips. It'll clip back in place later. So after I got that off, I went for the keyboard. Here's the keyboard. Upside down, but here's the keyboard. As soon as I pulled this thing, before I actually took it off, I was like, oh man, it's dusty as hell in there. I gotta get my compressed air. And that's where all this crap came from, because that all came out of here. But anyway, we got the keyboard ribbon right here, which actually, I'm going to set that upside down, was connected right here. It's really easy to get these out if you've never done so before. There's 2 clips here on the end, one right here, one right, I can't move my fingers without actually seeing what I'm doing, right there. Pop them up with a little flathead screwdriver. I'd say if you got a precision screwdriver kit, get the smallest thing you got. Mine is essentially bits for the screwdriver, which is perfect. So just grab like one of the smallest ones you can, pop it up, and boom, slide comes right out, no issues. So I've got that out. And now, because this is really old, this only works off of one band. This only works off of 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So I'm going to replace this guy. I've actually got a replacement right here. This one is a dual band, so it's got both 2.4 and 5. So if I'm looking at it correctly, I should be able to switch them out. I should be able to switch them out really easily with no issues. I mean, if I've done this before, it's a pain to get them back on, but it is doable. So I'm gonna see if I can do this while still doing the camera. I've got the battery out, so I don't have to worry about breaking anything like that. I know where each of these goes, because black on one side, white on the other. Oh boy. Okay. Oops. And so luckily it only has one screw in it. So after I get this off, I'm gonna switch out my bits here. This is why I really like this screwdriver. Just it's all bits and nothing else. It's no like every single screwdriver. No, like 15 different screwdrivers. Just change the bit. There you go. So we'll take you off. It's magnetic too, which makes it nice. So let's put you over there. And it's already, you can tell it's already ready to come out. So this is the one that started off in here. This is just the guy that was already in this old wLAN chip. So I'm upgrading this, which should, in theory, I'll probably need to spray that down too. Should in theory allow me to access 2.5 gigahertz band, 5.05 gigahertz band, which luckily my current modem does actually allow for that. Let's see here. Do I have to tear you open? I don't think I have to tear you. No, I don't tear you open. Good. I'm gonna set this down first. No, I got it. I wish I had something to make this easier, but I don't. I have one hand, and my wife's gone. She is with our daughter over at the hospital. My daughter's had her tonsils and adenoids removed. I mean, it's got less connectors, so I'm hoping this works. I mean, if it doesn't, this thing was cheap, so I'm not really losing anything. So let's go ahead and set this sucker in there. And let's see if I can get underneath these guys to do it. I am horrible at keeping the camera still. I mean, I rather look at it myself than try to videotape it. I would rather have some other means of recording. Alright, so that's actually good. That's good. Okay, let's push you in. Oh, come on. Bunch of flop around like a bunch of dicks, I swear. Okay. Alright. As long as I can get this thing screwed on, I can do the rest. There we go. It's on. Okay. It's on. That part's on. Okay. This was always the biggest pain in the ass for me, just because you have to get those to clip. Let's see if I can get this stupid thing to focus properly. So you gotta do one by one. So start with, let me get you back up here instead of doing that crap. Boom. And boom. Okay, so that's gonna hold for a second. I'm gonna need 2 hands. I am so sorry, guys. Okay, I finally got it back in there. Apparently, I had actually bent the connector on the inside of this piece, so I had to fight it back in place. Luckily, I have screwdriver tips that are small enough. So that's that, and I got the black one connected also. Everything's tucked back in, nice and clean. Obviously, the next step is going to be getting this guy back in place. So, this, because of the angle, it's really weird. Because I could barely move the keyboard anywhere, and I had about that far to be able to see underneath it. So that's the only reason I took the ribbon off. I was gonna try to keep it on initially, didn't work. So I will come back once I get the keyboard reconnected. All right, one sec. Okay, reconnecting the keyboard is actually, it is simple. I mean, it's just, if I can get a good angle in there. There we go. Actually, that works pretty good. Look at those 2 connectors are just a pain. It's like once you get it in there, it's super easy, and it's just push the connectors back down with the same screwdriver. Let me double check because I think they might be loose. Ah, sorry. Yeah, they were loose. All right, but that, sir, there you go. That should do it. All right. So we got this back in. We set it back in. Make sure it's mounted correctly. Set it back down. I mean, this itself doesn't really clip into place per se, but there are spots, and there are 5 different screws. Let me see if I can get all these shots. We're here, there. I mean, you can see where all the screws actually sit on the top. So I don't need to point them out to you guys. So they got 5 tiny little screws. I mean, yay big. I mean, they are small. They are tiny. My hands are not huge, but they're definitely bigger than the damn screws. So let's go ahead and do that, and we will move from there. These ones, I might want to switch out my tips here so I can actually screw everything in place, because I'm going to be testing this once we're done. So it's going to be there we go. So let's just say it's a pain in the ass. These are small, so they don't really take much to screw in. Done. All right, that's 1 down, 4 to go. So let's go ahead and I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got all 5 screws put back in. So this thing is at least this is secure. That's the biggest thing. All right, now we're gonna take our cover. Well, I guess if you want to call it that, put it back in. But because of the way this thing's made, we are going to use, actually, let's see where it's at. I'm going to use you, actually. I'm going to use this guy here that I originally used to pull it apart. I'm just going to push it back into the edges. That's going to take me a sec. So go ahead and I'll be right back because this thing's going to fight with me. Alright, so it's not the best. I mean, it seems like it's still kind of loose, but I think after using it for a while, it should help push everything back into place. I did notice that some of the edges, like some of the pegs in here where they connect, they did break on one end. I'll play with it some more later, and I'll see if I can figure it out. I mean, it shouldn't be this hard. It's not really this hard to put it back in. Just be careful when you do stuff. Oh, wow, now it suddenly wants to come out again. Okay, whatever. Well, like I said, I will toy with it, and then I'll see what I can come up with. But this guy, wow, there it is. That guy, it's really easy to put back in. Just find the spot. Done. He's back in. And like I said, this guy should just kind of fall in place. It's a matter of just using it, I think, is what it is, because it doesn't look like it's going to come loose. Oh, here we go. Doesn't look like it's going to come loose. So it should be good to go from here. So we're going to close this guy, flip it back over, get that backing back on. which is right over there actually. Get this sucker back on, and we will power it on, and we'll see if we can do what I set out to do. This is really easy. It slides. It's actually, you screw it out, unscrew it, and then you slide it back in place, or you slide it out. So once you've got it set back up on its liners here, I am really bad at taking these videos, so I'm sorry guys. I really apologize. I suck at this. Slide it back down. Alright. So yeah, see, that's on. I'm trying to move it. It's not moving right now. 4 screws. 1, 2 in the middle, and then 1 all the way over here on the end, the opposite corner. That's all we got to put back in, and then we'll do the battery, and we'll cross our fingers and pray that it worked. So if you give me just a sec, I will go ahead and get that done, and I will meet you guys back here for the final test. I found the piece I thought I lost. Okay, 1 sec. Alright guys, so here we are back. Got to flip back over. Sorry for the sound here. I'm moving my chair back so I can do this. Pop the sucker open. I've got tons of dust on. I mean, that pissed me off already. I'll figure this out soon enough. I hope I can get this thing back down, or else I'm going to have to buy a brand new keyboard for this thing just for that. Alright, let's try it out. I might need to go get my charger. Oh, nope, there we go. That thing's really finicky. Alright, and we're back. I need to change that background one of these days. Unis honest! Remember guys, we only have so long remaining. If this doesn't work, I just gotta switch it back, no big deal, but it looks like it worked. I mean, I have my 5G right here, Childs of God, believe it or not, that is me. So let's take a look here. We'll connect. Boom, connected. So we are connected, which is really cool here. Like right down there, Childs of God, 5G, internet access. That is amazing. So this did work. I am happy about that. All right, so we're gonna go into this real quick. If you guys didn't know, quick way to get to your task manager is actually do Control-Shift-Escape. I actually learned this in the Air Force from a guy that I worked with. It actually works really well. Look at that. 9% memory usage. So we're going to click on that guy. We're going to go up here and click on performance. Look at that. 32 gigabytes. It's barely moving. I'm thinking about replacing the CPU. I mean, you can see it's old. It's an old M4700. Oh, wow, I can't speak. You can read it, but it's an old one, only 2.4 gigahertz, and it maxes out a good amount. Like if I were to go and play Minecraft, it would practically kill my computer. But this was another thing I was having issues with, was because I had very little memory. Even with the 16 gigabytes, like that's enough to run stuff, just not the way I want to. So I may or may not replace the processor. If I don't, hopefully this is good enough. But hey, everything's working. Let's go check the speed. I want to see what the speed shows. I do not like using a touchpad. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm gonna go to speed test, which is actually a really good site, by the way. It doesn't show you the high speed stuff. If you have gigabit, it's not going to show your speed. It's going to shoot off over 100. Remember, we are on 5G connection here, so let's see what it shows. If it ever decides to ping, we'll see what it says. 21 milliseconds, okay? And boom. Over 100 from right here. That is the kind of connection that I've been looking for just in here, because with just 2.4 I wasn't getting high enough. Then of course the upload, I'm not getting much or upload just the way I've paid it, but that is actually still really good, just about 10 if not a little bit more. So yeah, that was me setting up this computer with more memory and well, a new Wi-Fi chip. I have another one that was given to me. I don't remember where it is, so that's why I bought this other one, and it seems to be working perfectly. I mean, if it ever fails, I just go back to my 2.4 and cry myself to bed. But hey, this works. It's great. I am not complaining. If I can pull that and I can pull something close to that for my bedroom, I will be happy. So this may mean better videos just from the fact that I have more memory in here. We'll see how it runs out. And hey, this was actually really fun to do. So I want to thank you guys for joining me for this. Oh man, I am kind of excited that I got this done. I've been putting this off. I put this off until I got my memory today. But I've been putting it off for years because I didn't feel like messing around with this computer. But this is old. I plan to replace it one day and get enough money. And no, this will still be my backup machine just in case. I can still do things with it. I can still play. But we'll see where it goes from there. I want to thank you guys again. Yeah, you can see all my... I just realized my entire bookmark bar is up there. I should have gone incognito, but I don't really care. But yeah, thanks a whole lot, guys. And I'm really glad to share this experience with you. Alright, thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully next time it will be for a game and not something quite like this, but we'll see what happens. Alright, bye guys.